Good morning, carbon-based content scrollers. This is Shit Show Daily, the podcast equivalent of a raccoon in a Dollar General holding a vape and a subpoena. I'm Justin Cram, and today is World Emoji Day. Why July 17th? Because Apple launched iCal in 2002 on this date, and some emoji cult leader named Jeremy decided that meant we should have a global holiday. I just report this crazy news. I don't write it. Overnight, the Senate voted to cancel $9 billion in spending, including $1 billion for public broadcasting. That's right, they told Big Bird to get a real job. Elmo, unemployed. Frontline, now just some guy named Jeff yelling in a parking lot. Two Republicans, Susan Collins and Lisa Murkowski, objected, but in the same way you object to a $19 smoothie before paying for it anyway. Over in the shadow docket of doom, the Supreme Court continues its legal speed-running career. Trump was allowed to dismantle the education department in a ruling shorter than a CVS receipt. Also approved deporting people to countries they'd never been to. One guy ended up in Djibouti, a place half of Congress still thinks is made up. And in May, SCOTUS, Supreme Court, upheld the transgender military ban via shrug emoji and a vape cloud. No names, no reasoning, just vibes. Oh shit, fact of the day. Leonardo da Vinci could write with one hand and draw with the other at the same time. Meanwhile, I tried to tie my shoes while holding iced coffee and almost filed for workers' comp. The New York Times dropped a new series on debt this week. More bold move for a media company, but hey, what better way to cheer people up than a detailed funeral cost breakdown? Also trending, whey, W-H-E-Y. That ghost liquid leftover from cheese. It used to be trash, now gym bros are huffing it like Go-Gurt for war crimes. Fun fact, cheese is now the byproduct of whey production. Somewhere in Wisconsin, a farmer just threw his rake into a lake and walked into the woods. In immigration news, Florida's latest detention center, nicknamed Alligator Alcatraz, has detainees living in tents, showering once a day, and rationing Tylenol like it's a Bitcoin. Not so fun fact, a soccer dad I know is probably there right now. Meanwhile, National Guard troops in LA are asking if they can be reassigned to literally anything else, including watching every episode of Young Sheldon in reverse. Quote of the day from Irma Bonbeck, patron saint of domestic sarcasm. She said, "When humor goes, there goes civilization." Which is why we're keeping civilization alive with duct tape, memes, and cheese vapor. Dad joke of the day, why don't skeletons fight each other? Because they don't have the guts. And also because they're all on the Supreme Court now. Couple headlines, rapid fire. Trump claims Coca-Cola was switched back to cane sugar. MAGA now believes corn syrup was a Soros plot to make Americans infertile and Canadian. A 7.3 earthquake in Alaska triggered tsunami panic, later downgraded to just the earth doing yoga. Mike Huckabee showed up at Netanyahu's corruption trial like a dad who wandered into the wrong escape room and decided to stay. Barstool Sports is joining Fox's college football coverage, proving once and for all that you can podcast your way into network television without ever learning object permanence. I hope you enjoyed this. This was brought to you today by livingseawall.org. Please sponsor a foot today at livingseawall.org and help clean up the waters of Fort Lauderdale and ultimately the whole planet Earth. This has been Planet Shit Show. Wishing you a great day. Spread love. It's the Shit Show way. Captain Cram is out of here. Oh, yeah.